So a bit of an intro.
Yes.
So this is a mechanics I'm testing for my Kamov KA-50 scratch build, where I'm almost finished with the design. Yeah, go over. Where I'm almost finished with the design of the fuselage, which I will start 3D printing.
Yeah.
So the unique bit about this is a coaxial collective cyclic yaw pitch mixing. So the yaw control is done by the differential of the torque momentum of the both set of blades. So one of the set of the blades has additional yaw pitch mixing, which then changes the pitch, changes angle of attack, and that causes the change of the torque, and that causes the helicopter to yaw. So
wow.
A very unique design and a very tricky mechanic to set up properly, especially if you compare it to a traditional, traditional heli with a, a tail rotor as a anti-torque. But let's see how it goes.
Okay, good luck.
Oh yeah, I need it. So let's see. Throttle armed.
Gotta run.
RPM. Okay. Of course, not the best conditions for any tweaking of the setup, but it handles with the
But pretty stable considering the crosswind.
Yeah, right.
So, sorry, what scale aircraft is this going to be?
110. 110.
110.
So it's going to be around 1.5 meter Kamov. I will be flying it with a bigger set of blades, 10 centimeters bigger, but I'm testing it on a cheap 425 one, so if something goes wrong.
And what's the full-size helicopter called?
Kamov KA-50.
Okay.
So this is a Soviet helicopter. They built 13 of those, and they were used in Chechnya. So I'm not building something that's now being used in a current theater of war.
Yeah.
But you know, the only actually helicopter manufacturing company, design bureau, Kamov, it's their thing. They design and build coaxial helicopters, and both for the civilian and military sector.
And the benefit of a coaxial, you don't need the complication of a tail rotor then, is that main reason?
Well, I think there's a couple of things, right? So if you think about a helicopter, you know, forward flight, there is a VNE, which is never exceed speed, and this is related to a forward flight where the advancing blade and the receding blade, they have a different lift. So at a certain speed, at a certain velocity, the advancing blade will be hitting the almost let's say transonic speeds, causing the vibrations, and at the same time the one that is receding will be stalling. So this puts a limit on how fast a helicopter can fly forward. And with this design, because you have two sets of blades that are counter-rotating, that speed is higher because the imbalance of the lift from both sides offsets each other. The second bit is generally the tail rotor system. It's parasitic. It takes around 30% of the power from the engines, right?
Okay.
And it just works as an anti-torque system to compensate for the torque momentum of the main rotor system. So it does not add anything to the lift. In this kind of setup, all of the power is going into the main rotor. So
overall, far more efficient then.
yes, but there are drawbacks. One is the mechanical complexity of the gearbox. So of course, on a real one, this will have a huge impact on the overall servicing costs.
So it's single motor with a gearbox to achieve the counter rotation.
Yes, so you will have a complex gearbox which drives both of the counter rotating sets of blades. Then you have the well, it depends. The civilian ones have a one engine. The military ones generally will have two turbines. But generally, the gearbox is much more complex. There's much more load there. Then another thing is, so for example, in normal helicopter, when you lose engine power, you will auto-rotate, right? Collective down, negative pitch, and you can effectively, quote-unquote, glide the helicopter flare and land in a controlled way. On a coaxial system, you cannot have a negative pitch because effectively, no, you can't, because
sure.
Realistically, one set of the blades, the pitch of the one set of the blades and the other set of blades is different because of the induced flow.
So you can't auto-rotate?
No, because there will be an envelope of the flight where when you drop the club, one of the set of the blades would have a negative pitch,
yeah.
The other one would have a positive pitch. That would create a layer of low pressure layer, and effectively you would induce a vortex ring state, at which point you would lose control.
Okay.
So in terms of what's happening there with aerodynamics, in terms of principle of flight, this is much more complex situation, which
and risky because you have an engine failure.
Yeah,
that's it.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So it's
good to understand that.
Yeah, I mean this is gonna be a very interesting build, and I'm hopefully gonna have the fuselage finished by the end of summer. So
great. We look forward to seeing it fly with the scale fuselage. Thanks very much for the demo. Cheers.